Hi everyone, welcome to session 4 of PySpark series. So in this session, we will quickly understand what are the different ways to create the data frame. Okay, I think we have seen two ways. Okay, but we will see them in overall. The first is like we have when we have Python list. Okay, we create that using spark.create data frame. Okay, and for this what we need data, which is Python list. Okay, and schema, right? So this is uh, uh, first way of creating the data frame. Second way, again we have seen. So first is when we have Python list, right? Second way is when file is stored at storage location, right? So when file is stored at storage location, we will use spark.read. We call it as standard data frame reader API also. So spark.read, right? Dot format. So dot format, uh, file format, whatever it is, right? I'm just giving the, I would say, a standard format. You can enter your values here, right? Then schema, uh, data frame schema, right? And then load. Here we'll have file path, right? File path. Okay. So we have understood in previous sessions, but let's quickly check it here. For example, the first way using spark.createDataFrame, we'll not spend much time now because we have already seen this, right? I have customers data and I have customers schema, which I have already defined. If you can remember, uh, it is where I have, this is the customer data I have, okay, and I have also defined the schema. Let me show you over here. Yeah, okay, struct schema, right? So yeah, fine. So this is the data and schema I have. Okay, if I run this, I'll be able to create the data frame. So this is when I have Python list, right? df1, it is created, right? Second way is when we have a file stored at some storage location, right? So this is how we have read that. Let me write it again for you. It's very important. We write it again and again so that we get good hands-on, right? So spark.read.csv format csv schema. Uh, we have emp. What is that? Schema we have defined. Emp schema. Okay. Emp schema is this, right? Using struct type approach, right? And then directly load. What will write in load? It's the file path, right? This is my file path. Okay, fine. This is my second way of reading the data frame. Okay, yes. Okay, again, what we have missed here the option. We should specify header equals to true because my first row is header, right? Okay, fine, fine. So this is df2, right? Now there is one more way to read the data frame. Third way, okay, uh, creating the data frame from, let's say, table. Okay. So here I have employee table. Don't worry how I have created that. I'll explain you. Okay. But I have one table, which is employee table. Okay. And let's say I have to create the data frame out of that. So this way, what I'll do, I'll just define data frame 3, spark dot read dot table. Okay. What is that table name? Employee, right? Let me write it here. Employee table will is having all this data. Same, right? Spark.read.table employee. Now, if I display the F3, it is C. Okay, so all the data from table, I have read it as data frame. This is one way, spark.read.table. There is one more variant to this. I'll just quickly tell you. So here we have used spark.read.table. We can use spark.table as well. Okay, 4, 4. Let's try this. df4. Okay, spark.table and what? Employee. Okay, done. If I display this, I'll have all the data from my table. I have read as data frame. See, right? So this is fourth way of, for example, if you are comfortable working in data frames than SQL, right? Then SQL tables, you can just convert that table to data frame and start working in data frame, right? Very simple. One more variant to this, uh, fifth, right? df5. What we can do, we have, this is Spark table basically, okay? We can write simple SQL query, select star from employee, okay? So what we are saying in this data frame, I want all the values from this table. Okay. If I run this df5, df5, okay. If I display df5, it will display all the data I had in the table, right? So these are 5 variants we have seen of reading the data frame. Last variant we have is using range function. Generally, that is not used much, okay, when we are working practically, but maybe used for testing purposes, right? So we will see that as well. df6 I'll define. So, okay, so how to create using range function. df6 I have defined spark.range 6, okay, and if I display that df6, it will be, if you know the Python range function, it will start from 0 and it will display value till 5, right? Oh, there is one more variant to this. It's very simple. Range, spark.range. Let's say I have to start from 12, okay, and I want all the values till 34, okay. So range function definitely will not consider the end value, right? df7 dot display, it will have all the values from 12 to 34, right? Uh, this has one more variant, for example, df8, okay? Again, spark.range, spark.range. Let's say I want all the values from 2 till, let's say, 56, and I want the values with difference 4. They should have difference of 4 in between them, right? So if I display df8, display df8, see 2, 6, 10, 14, right? It has not considered the values after 56, right? So it has stopped at 54. So these are the three variant when we work with range, if we want to work with range function. This is the first one where we just specify the end value. This is the one where we specify start and end value. And this is when we specify start end value. And the third parameter is the difference we want, right? Fine. So these are the different ways to read a data frame. First, spark.createDataFrame when you have Python list, when we have file stored at some storage location. What we are missing here is option. Okay, you should, if you practice well, you should be able to understand what we are missing just by seeing the code, right? So practice is very important. Writing the code by yourself is very important. Okay, when file is stored at some storage location, this is how we can read this. When we want to create the data frame using spark table, okay, we can use spark.read.table, we can use spark.table, or we can use spark.sql. Okay, or if we want to use the range function, okay, these are three variants. It's very basic and very simple, right? So I think we have covered almost all, not all, but whatever things needed when reading a data frame, right? If you have any more method to read the data frame, do let us know in comment sections, right? If you feel this is useful and this is helping the community, then only like, share, and subscribe. If you have any suggestions, feedback, do let me know in comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in next session.